And welcome back, all you glorious PC World fans. I know it's been a minute since we've gotten together for some updated news, but you know, the holidays and all that. But while we had a nice break, it's time to jump back into what's going on in the PC industry. And boy, are things moving. Or stopping, rather, if you're NVIDIA. The company is trying to buy up ARM, but the FTC has filed a lawsuit that might halt that one. Those looking to grab a solid mid-range graphics card might have access to a new yet old SKU from NVIDIA. And if you're in the market for a gaming laptop, I've got the skinny on why you might not want to hold out too long for that one. And for those of us excited about Valve's upcoming Steam Deck, we got a peek at the hardware packaging. But enough teasing, let's break open this bag and dig in. If you've been following the saga of NVIDIA's attempt to acquire chipmaker ARM, then you're already aware that it's been a tumultuous journey. So far, it hasn't yielded anything but controversy, and the saga isn't over yet. Now the whole affair has hit a major roadblock thanks to a lawsuit filed by the FTC attempting to block what they are calling the largest semiconductor chip merger in history. Now, the FTC states that they are concerned about the merger resulting in a conglomerate that could stifle innovation in future technologies. NVIDIA, of course, denies these claims, and it believes that the acquisition of ARM would bolster the industry and is committed to preserving ARM's open licensing model. If you dig deeper, you'll find the real issue that the FTC has is that they believe that if this goes through, NVIDIA would have access to its competition's plans. This is because of the work those competitors have done and may likely continue to have with ARM. It's easy to see where the concern could come from, but this is one that will be quite interesting to watch play out in the courts. But what about gamers, right? I mean, we're all still out here trying to shake down a retailer for a graphics card, so what about that? Well, NVIDIA is back in the spotlight, of course, and has slipped in a new model of those now 3-year-old GeForce RTX 2060s. But this time with double the VRAM. That's right, folks, we're talking about a quote-unquote new GeForce RTX 2060 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. NVIDIA has not only doubled that VRAM, but essentially gave the card the same GPU core configuration as the RTX 2060 Super, resulting in what should be a quicker card than the original release. The CUDA core count has been bumped from 1920 to 2176, which is a 13% increase. However, while the memory is doubled, it's still on a 192-bit bus, so the RTX 2060 Super would still slip past it in overall performance thanks to the 256-bit bus. So long and short, performance will likely be dead on between an RTX 2060 6GB and an RTX 2060 Super. There's your early review. You're welcome. The move is a bit odd for sure, but I would imagine that the wafer demand for the now older 12nm process used to make the RTX 2000 series is lower than Samsung's 8nm. So this might make it easier to get a large number of cards to the market that is craving something. Now, obviously, shouldn't directly compete with the current RTX 3000 series, but the massive VRAM pool will make it just as attractive to those at 1080p. We'll have to wait to see how pricing and actual reviews shake out before making a final decision. Speaking of pricing, gaming laptops have been the only real sanctuary from inflated prices of everything else. It's been the only place you could go to get an entire system without feeling absolutely hosed. Unfortunately, that might change next year if the warning from Razer's CEO turns out accurate. As of right now, there's no reason to believe it won't. In a tweet by Min Lang Tan, the CEO of Razer, the warning was clear. It looks like the significant increase in component cost will be seeing price increases for next-gen gaming laptops across the board. Now, one could argue that this is a good way of setting up your customer base to prepare them for a price hike because the company wants to raise prices. But I think with the market as a whole, it's just a realistic look at what's to come. While it's nice to see laptops hold their ground for this long, it seems that that time has run out, and it's quite a bummer, but it's the reality right now. But something else as big is happening next year, or small on your view of the size of the Steam Deck. That's right, Valve's Steam Deck is back in the news since the announcement that it'll be shipping early next year. Thanks to Valve, we now know what developers can expect in the package when the dev kits ship out. Okay, anyone else who ordered one will get it too, I'm sure. The Steam Deck will be shipped in quite the nondescript box, so devs won't have to worry about the thirsty porch pirates being able to spot it from the curb. Pop open the box and it really looks like a little computer with the initial setup guide in full view. Removing that reveals a box for the charger and the Steam Deck carry case wrapped in a hollow foil adorned wrapping. And then there's the case and finally the long-awaited Steam Deck. Hey, this turned out almost like a virtual unboxing, if you will, so that's kind of cool. And with that, I'm going to put a lid on this one. We've covered how NVIDIA's acquisition of ARM took a serious turn and moved into the courts thanks to an FTC lawsuit, but that's not stopping NVIDIA from releasing new old products with the GeForce RTX 2060 12GB, and we're all preparing to be smacked around by more expensive gaming laptops in the coming years. But we did get a nice look at the Steam Deck packaging. Now maybe we can get a tracking number to go with ours. Now I want to thank all of you for joining me once again for this week's roundup. And while it may not have been the most exhilarating, I believe it was all very important news for us PC enthusiasts. And if you enjoyed it and learned something new, then let me know by hitting that thumbs up. As always, make sure you're subscribed here at PC World for even more PC hardware and software goodness.